cocaine, heroin, and marijuana. These are just 3 examples of illegal drugs that are used by millions of people today. Some of these users are as young as 12 years old. Surprisingly, there are many people in our society that would like to see these drugs legalized here in the United States. There are many reasons why these drugs need to remain illegal, and I'd like to explore 3 of them. They are the side effects of these drugs, the addiction to each of these drugs, and the drug abuse associated with each of these drugs. There are many side effects to using these drugs. Most people snort cocaine up their nose, and this puts their nasal septum or their nasal cartilage at risk for deterioration. Other side effects of cocaine use are confusion, hallucinations, excitability, agitation, high heart rate, increased breathing, increased sweating, nosebleeds, congestion, and unusual muscle weakness. Heroin has a physical impact on the central nervous system. Heroin users experience dry mouth, they nod in and out of consciousness, and their legs and arms grow rather heavy. Heroin is usually injected, so this puts their users at risk for contracting HIV, hepatitis B and C, and other bloodborne diseases. Marijuana influences the mind and the mind and the body. Marijuana increases heart, blood, and breathing rates. This puts the users at a higher risk for lung cancer, heart attacks, and stroke. Using this drug affects the ability to learn, your memory, and the way your body adapts to changes quickly. All 3 of these drugs are highly addictive drugs. In a 2005 landmark study, it showed that there is a 5% risk of addiction for people that use cocaine for the first time in the past 2 years. The effects of cocaine wear off in about an hour, and then your body requires an immediate dose to maintain that high. This in turn trains the body to receive a regular supply of this drug. The user becomes reclusive, starts to become obsessive about when his next fix is, where he's going to score, and then the need for human contact is replaced with the need of the drug. Heroin users are physically dependent on the drug. They feel that they need it to function. The body builds up a tolerance to this drug, and then it requires a larger dose each time to maintain that same sort of high. Heroin addicts have no problem spending $100 to $200 a day to feed their habit. Again, users become a recluse. They start to obsess over when they're going to get their next fix, where they're going to get their next high, and the need for human interaction is replaced with the need of the drug. Marijuana users, their body builds up a tolerance for the drug as well, and then it is needed in larger amounts for each time to achieve the same sort of high that they had when they first started using marijuana. Again, the user becomes a recluse and starts to obsess over when his next high is coming, where he's going to get his next fix, and the need for human contact is replaced with the need of the drug. By using all 3 of these drugs, it's inevitable that there's going to be drug abuse. Cocaine is the most abused stimulant in America. In 2011, studies showed that 1.4 million people 12 years of age or older use cocaine. Cocaine abuse can result in overdose or ultimately death. Some signs of a cocaine overdose are profuse sweating, an extreme increase in breathing, rapid heart rate, auditory hallucinations, and high body temperature. 3.5 million people have reported using heroin at least once in their lifetime. 70 to 80% of all new hepatitis C cases are results of heroin abuse. Marijuana is the most commonly abused illegal drug in the United States. Abuse of this drug can result in decline in memory, learning, social behavior, and can interfere with your work, school, and family. In a 2008 National Drug Survey, it was found that 15.2 million people of the population reported to be past users of marijuana. And then 75.6% of the population were found to be current users of marijuana. Cocaine, heroin, marijuana all have serious side effects, are highly addictive, and are abused daily. All it takes is just one use and you're hooked. It is very imperative that these drugs remain illegal. John Walter said, "In recent years, we have been sending a clear, consistent signal about the harms of drugs, particularly marijuana, which for most of the young people is the very first illegal drug that they are exposed to." Rocker Kurt Cobain said, "Drugs are a waste of time. They destroy your memory and your self-respect and everything that goes along with your self-esteem." The bottom line here is, these drugs are illegal for a reason. Let's keep it that way.